So I am recording this webinar, and our webinar this morning is on our email builder. If you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to write them in the question box. I will get to them before the end of the webinar, and I will also be sending you the recording before the end of the day. And you'll also have access to my email address, which is on this first slide. It's basictraining@infusionsoft.com. So if you have any other questions that aren't answered, just let me know and I will get to them. So with your Infusionsoft application, you do have access to our user guide. With your Infusionsoft application, you have access to our Help Center. Sorry about that, which is help.infusionsoft.com. So it's not infusionsoft.com. It's help.infusionsoft.com. There you have access to our user guide. You have access to our tech support numbers. You have access to our mastermind webinars that are pre-recorded, and they are on our webinar tab inside of the Help Center. And there's lots of different topics that you can peruse through. They're about 5 levels higher than the basic training. So if you need more help on copywriting or adding content to your website, setting up e-commerce, you'll find those in our mastermind webinars. And you'll also have access to our chat line, which is 24/7. So if you're using the software at 2 o'clock in the morning and you need extra help, you can click on our chat center and get some help right there. So a lot of people come to this webinar not understanding the difference between a broadcast and a campaign, and I want to explain that. I did speak to somebody on the phone today that didn't know the difference, so I want to explain it right now. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the campaign builder. Today we're focusing on a broadcast, and here's the difference. A broadcast is a one-off email that can go to a group of people, your entire list, a targeted or segmented group, or even one person. It's a one-time email, and an example of a broadcast would be if you have class on Wednesdays and you're not going to be having class today because you're doing a seminar and you're not going to be able to do that webinar, you can send a broadcast to just people that come to that class on Wednesday and let them know that the class isn't going to be up and running. A campaign is a little different, but it does have an email in it. A campaign is a series of emails that are connected together in a sequence for automated follow-up or nurture. Now there are emails in it, but there are other things like processes in a campaign too, and we're going to learn more about a campaign tomorrow. And I did give you physical examples so that you'd understand. This is a broadcast. Hey, summer's on its way. Scared to wear that bathing suit? Ah, don't be. Join us at Fitness for You and make good on your promise to live healthier in 2017. Click on the link below to get your 5 for free passes. Look cute in that suit. And there'll be a link there that people can click on, and it's just sent out to targeted people that have not joined our gym yet, that don't have the customer tag. I can search inside of Infusionsoft for people that are interested in weight loss, so they have the weight loss tag, for people that are interested in toning up that have the tone up tag, and in people that are just interested in social fun, and look for those people with that tag and send off that email to just those specific people. A campaign's a little different. A campaign is more of a set it and forget it, so it's not sent out in a certain time and date, like it's sent off on a certain time and date, not immediately. This is a campaign. You put people in a campaign or people opt into a campaign, and you can see after 2 days, after these people are put into this campaign, after 2 days on a weekday at 8 o'clock, they're going to get the welcome and get ready email. And then 2 days later on a weekday at 8 o'clock, they're going to get the what's going on email. And then 3 days later at 8 o'clock, they're going to get the are you hot? So those are set up in a campaign. They're still emails, but they're automated inside the campaign builder. So the awesome things you're going to be learning today is how to edit a template. I'm going to show you how to add pictures. I'm going to give you some ideas for why you send a broadcast. I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast to your entire list and how to send a broadcast to a targeted group. So Judy, why would we send a broadcast and not put them into a campaign? Well, one reason is it may be a holiday greeting. We just had St. Patrick's Day, and Easter's coming up, and Good Friday's coming up. And you may want to wish people a happy Easter, or don't drink too much green beer on St. Patrick's Day, or we won't be open on Memorial Day this year, so please make sure you don't come to classes. So it's a special greeting for a specific date and time. It may be that something's happening. You may have hired a new dental hygienist and you want to introduce her. You may have hired 3 new realtors that joined your Keller Williams. Your website may be under construction and you want to let people know. Don't be alarmed if you just spent $5,000 with us and you went to our website and there's a construction sign up or an error sign. We have some people working on it. It's going to be bigger, better, and badder. It may be a special offer. For this week only, we're going to be giving out our webinar for $5 off. One of my favorites is to create urgency. There's only 5 seats left. If you want to be one of the people to be on this call, please click here to register now. We only have 5 places left in our seminar. We only have five places left for the dinner that we're going to be giving. That's what Black Friday is all about. Is, hey, we have 15 iPads. We're going to be selling them for $25. Be one of the first 15 people, and you're going to get a great deal. We're wired in our heads for urgency. And the most important reason to send a broadcast is to create and build a relationship. People buy from people they like, and people buy from friends. And if you build that relationship with them, when they need to purchase or when their pain is bad enough and they need to solve their problem, they're going to come to you because they have a relationship with you. And here's me creating a relationship. That's my granddaughter Everly. She's actually going to Hawaii on Friday, and I'm going to miss her so much. She'll just be gone for a week. But then I'll have some new pictures of her on the beach. And that's, you know, once you share that, somebody else writes, oh my gosh, I'm going to Hawaii next week too. Or somebody sees it and says, my granddaughter is cute too. Here's a picture of her. You never know what main thing is going to connect with someone and create that relationship builder. So those are my ideas for you. Our email builder is easy to use. You can create multiple templates. So if you have more than one business, you may have a gym, you may do personal training on the side, and you may sell vitamins. So you have 3 separate businesses that have 3 separate banners that speak in 3 different voices. You can make templates for each of those 3 different businesses inside of our template builder. They're mobile optimized, and I had one person write me last week and say, your emails aren't mobile optimized, I want to cancel. They are mobile optimized. You're wrong, they really are. And when I told him that, he was so darn excited. You can save and use the templates in the campaign builder. So if you've made the best email you've ever made in your life, you can save that template and use it and drag it right into the campaign builder. And it's fun. It's fun to create for your business. You're actually creating your own billboards for your business. So I think that's really fun. I like doing that kind of stuff. So let me get into Infusionsoft and show you how it's done. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them, and I will look over there every once in a while to see if you guys have any questions. So when I open up Infusionsoft, I land on the dashboard. To get into the email builder, even if you're just going to play around with it, I'm just going to go ahead and practice, you're still going to go to the same place. You hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the marketing section, because that's what we're talking about, is marketing to your contacts and prospects and customers, and come down to emails and broadcasts and click it one time. When you do, even if you're just playing around, you're going to click on that blue Get Started button. When you click on the blue Get Started button, you're going to land on this page, and this is our template bucket. I call it our template bucket. We call it our gallery. Let me get my highlighter so I can go over these different buckets for you. The gallery are pre-made templates that you can use as your starting point. I'm sure the name of your company is not check out our pine collection or we like you, a gift from us. It may be, but probably not. These are just templates for you to begin on. The second are previously sent. Any emails that you send out are going to go into the previously sent bucket. So if you're looking for that email, dang it, where is it? I just sent it out yesterday. You can find it easily in your previously sent bucket. The drafts are the emails that you've been working on. So just say that you've been working on an email and then your dog needs to go outside or the UPS guy shows up. You leave your computer, it goes into sleep mode and Infusionsoft shuts down. You don't have to be worried because it's going to save in the drafts bucket. And then there's the My Templates. Those are the emails, maybe your newsletter that you're going to use every week, and you save it in your templates because you may use that same email in a campaign. So you can save them in one of these 4 buckets. And let me get rid of my images, erase drawings, and get my cursor back. So we're going to start out with the gallery. I'm going to peruse through the templates and see which one I like the best. And, oh, I like this one the best, especially what's been going on in the news with US Airways. So I'm going to hit Use Template. When I hit Use Template, it's going to show up like this, and you'll notice that a little drop down just appeared. I call that our mini blind or a slider, and it just dropped down. Starting at the very top, it's the From. And you may not want it to come from Judy Miller at Infusionsoft.com because people don't know me as Judy Miller. They know me by my business name. So I can just hit this little pencil right there, and I can change the From by hitting the little arrow going down and click on Other. And I'm going to put my business name right here. And then the email address is who you want this email to reply to. So if my sister lives in Texas and she's the one that's going to be answering all the replies I get from this email, I'll put her email address here. But for now, I'm just going to put my email address. And any replies that come from this broadcast are going to go right to that email address, Hey Jude Miller. I'm going to hit Save, and now you can see the From changed to Instant Marketing. If you work for Keller Williams or you work for Wells Fargo Finance, you may want to put From Wells Fargo Finance and then put your email address for them to reply to. I hope that makes sense. We're not going to work on recipients yet because we're just going to play around with the builder, but we are going to put a subject line. And I recommend that you do not put subject here because you will not believe how many people forget to change the subject line and send out an email that says put subject here. So I'm going to put here you go, and then I'm going to put a comma and a space. And I want to personalize the subject so that people have more usually they're more inclined to open it when they see their name in it. So I'm going to click on this little white button to the right that says Merge. When I hit the Merge button, all the fields that I can pick inside of Infusionsoft show up in a drop-down. Well, I want their first name, so I'm going to come to Most Common Fields and choose First Name. And it's going to say, hey, here you go, Judy. Hey, here you go, Barbara. Hey, here you go, Bruno. And then I want to get rid of that slider because I want to create my email now. I want to create my template. So I'm going to hit the arrow and push that slider up, and now I have my template to work on. Now, if you like that banner, you can keep that banner. Just click on the banner, and you'll notice that the toolbar on the left-hand side changes. I can keep that banner, and I can hit Editing and Effects, and I can put the name of my business on that banner, my phone number, my web address, anything. But that's not the banner for my company, so I want to change it. You do have the option to keep that banner. I'm going to come to the toolbar on the left, and I'm going to hit Change Image. And when I do, my Infusionsoft library will show up. Last week I used the basketball image because it was March Madness. This week I want to use the Infusionsoft banner that has the palm tree. If you don't remember your banner or remember where it is and you don't want to scroll down, you can just start typing in here, and it will bring up all the banners that have that word in it. So I'm just going to hit the Infusionsoft palm tree. Let me get rid of the I there. And once I do, my banner will appear in the place where the airplane was. Scrolling down on the left toolbar, I can change the size and make it a little bit smaller so it's not so pixelated. And if I go to the very bottom, I can change the alignment to right, center, or left. I'm just going to leave it at center and make it a little bit bigger. If I want to link, so this may be a big Buy Now button. It might say Infusionsoft, join our webinar, so it may link. If I want to link the banner, I simply come to where it says Image Link, hit the drop down, and I can either put in a URL, I can put in an email address, I can have a phone number pop up, I can download a file so that they can get a free ebook or get a free PDF, I can put a link to a landing page, register now, or a web form, send them to my website, or a hosted form. We'll learn more about those tomorrow in Campaign Builder, or an order form for them to actually buy the program right then and there. I'm not going to link this to anything, but I am going to put a short description in Infusionsoft, or I'm just going to put company banner. So if someone's on their phone, or if they're on their email and their little kid is there, they may not open the image yet. They may just hover over it, and it will say company banner, and they'll open the images. Sometimes, especially on AOL, you can't even open images until you click on Open Images. So there's my banner. And then you'll notice it says a simple call to action. And this is just a block of information, and this button is a block of information. The way to build it out is you come over to the left and you click on blocks. And those blocks will give you little building blocks to build out Infusionsoft. You can leave it as is and just edit what's already up there, or you can add more blocks. So let me first show you how to edit what's already here. A simple call to action I'm just going to change to, are you ready for some summer fun? Once I put in my title, I can highlight it and I can come up to the little black toolbar and I can change the color to blue to kind of match my banner. If you already have emails created in Constant Contact or MailChimp or some other place, maybe on a Word document, you can just go grab your content and copy and paste it right here. Now what if you're giving out a free ebook and you want them to click on the link to open up the ebook or open up the checklist or open up the document? Let me show you how to do that. Here is your Summer Fun Handbook filled with ideas and awesome stuff. So I recommend when you're doing copy, think about how you're going to talk to the customer. Say it on your iPhone and then type it in, or just type it in like you're talking to somebody and then go edit it. I usually spell things wrong, so I always have to edit. Click here to get the ideas now. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now I want to link that to my document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, click here to get your ideas now. And then in this black toolbar, you'll see that there's one that looks like a chain link fence, and that's our hyperlink. When you click on that, you can either add a URL and redirect them somewhere, but we want to give them a downloadable file. So I'm going to hit the little arrow, and I'm going to come to File Download. Once you come to File Download, you can either upload a new file, and once you do, Infusionsoft will take that file off your desktop and host it on our server. So we'll be holding that for you in a holding tank. Or, once we have them, I can just click on the ones that I've already put in. Where's the ideas? There it is. 5 ideas for newsletter fun. And if you came to Manage Contacts yesterday, you'll remember that we like to tag people based on behavior or what list they belong to. Well, if I send off this email to 100 people and 25 of them click on the download ideas, I want to know that. So I want to tag them to be able to find those people that clicked on it, because I may want to send them some more stuff next week and say, hey, did you look at the ideas? I have a couple more for you. So I want to tag them. I'm going to click on the tag and I'm going to put downloaded ideas. If the tag's already created, it will show up, or you can create one right on the fly. And then I'm going to click Done. Now you'll notice that the link changed color to a light blue, and I created a downloadable link. If you want to add more copy, you can add more copy. I can add a dividing line to make a division between the copy that I just wrote and the button. Once I add the dividing line, I can make it smaller or bigger, and I can even change the color and give it the color of the palm tree. If I want to add an image, I can come over to Image. I can either drop it to the right or to the left of my content, or put it right on top, and then I can add my image. Let me see what I'd like to add. If you scroll down, you'll see your whole library. Once you add your image, you can make it bigger or smaller, just like that, and you can even come edit the image if you want to. So there's my image. I want to put another dividing line between the banner and the image, just like that. And I want to keep the colors consistent. I don't want to put too many colors on my email. Now we're down on the button. When you click the button, it says Take Action Now. When you click on the button, if you look to the left, the button builder appears. So every time you click on something inside the builder, a different toolbar will appear on the left that you can actually change that item that you're working on. This is our button builder. I'm going to change it to Get Ideas Now. I'm going to change the type to my downloadable file and grab my same ideas file. I want to give them the same tag, downloaded ideas. And then I want to change the color and give it a color that's more like my email that I'm working on. As you can see, there's another dividing line here. If I don't want it, I can just hit delete. So to get rid of a block of information, you just hover over it, click it, and hit the delete button. If you want to make another button just like this one, you can hit the duplicate on the left and it will make a duplicate of that. Now you can see that we have some social media icons here. I can come here and I can duplicate this, or I want to show you how to add those on the fly so you know what it looks like. I'm going to come back to my blocks. I'm going to grab the social media and I'm going to put it right underneath my banner. And when I do, it's going to appear gray. And you're going to go, dag nabbit, when I saw Judy's webinar, they were different colors. They will appear different colors as soon as you put your link there, but you have to build it out in the toolbar on the left. So you go to Facebook, you put in your Facebook URL, Facebook will appear. You put in your Twitter will appear. When you hit the plus sign, if you have a YouTube channel, as soon as you put in your YouTube URL, it will appear. And you can see that we have other social media avenues too. It does not transfer to other templates, so you will need to copy all these on an Excel spreadsheet so that you have access to them and put them on whenever you need to put it onto another template. I always recommend that you put your social media snippets on top and on the bottom, so I'm just going to delete this one. And then I'm going to copy this one because all the URLs are there, and then just grab it and move it down to the bottom just like that. So that if somebody's scrolling down, you have a really, really long email, they're not going to go up to the top and go, hey, I want to follow them on Facebook. They'd come to the bottom and go, oh, I can do it right here. So that's just some best practice and just a tip. If you'd like to add a video, we have a video button. When you take the video button and drop it, it's going to change the toolbar on the left. So let me go ahead and go into YouTube. And once I go into YouTube, I always search for Frozen because I know it's safe. Do you want to build a snowman? It's going to be 90 degrees in Arizona today. When you bring up the video that you want to share, make sure I pause this, you're going to come up and just grab the URL. You can either grab it from the address bar, or you can come down and hit the share button, and it's going to give you the same bar, the same address. Copy it. Come into your toolbar on the left and paste the URL right there. Whoopsie, that did not work. So let me go back to YouTube. Copy. I forgot to copy. Paste the URL here, and once you do, your video will appear with a start button. If you want to put some content, come back to blocks, and you can put some text either right underneath it or on top of it. In the video, you also have the ability to make it bigger or make it smaller, just like that. And I'm going to put a dividing line between the smiley face and then another dividing line under the video. Change the colors and make them consistent. So we have a banner, social media snippet, dividing line, image, dividing line, video, dividing line, content, more content, a clickable link, dividing line, and a button. If you have more than one product and you want them to click on more than one button, one may maybe get ideas now, one maybe sign up for my newsletter, you can just add a button right next to this button and change it right on the fly. You can even have 3 buttons or 3 images or 3 videos right next to each other. So you can have 3 columns of content. If we go to the left, all the way to the left and click on the design, you can see that you can change your header colors, and you don't really have to do that because you can highlight them and change them right here. You can change your hyperlink color, so if I want my hyperlink color red, you'll see how the hyperlink changed to red. And I can also change the background color. You don't need to know your code. You can just click the box, and I can change my background color if I want to. That is just hideous. I usually like to make it either no background color at all or a gray so it pops out. So that's how you create your template. I want to show you how to send a broadcast now, but the templates are really easy to create, and then you just hit Save as Template if you want to save it as a template forever, or just hit Exit and it will automatically save in the drafts. So I'm going to hit Save as Template, Exit, I'm going to pause for a second, get a drink so I don't lose my voice. And I'm back. So now if we come to my templates, we'll see that our new little email, once it opens, should have been saved as template. It should have been in here. I'm not sure why it didn't save. So that may be a bug, and I'll have to email you with the answer to why that did not save. So in my previously sent, wait for it to open. I have some emails that I've already sent. So I'm going to open this one and show you how to send off a broadcast. When you're ready to send off a broadcast, you're going to open up the email that you want to use and hit the little slider to go down. If you want to change who this is coming from, you can change who it's coming from. So I'm going to change this. My email address. Save. And here's my title. Here's your newsletter. It's going to bring in their first name. If you want to put their first name inside the body of the email, I'm just going to put thanks for signing up, put a comma, and then I'm going to click on merge in the little black toolbar. Most common, first name, and it will say, hey, thanks for signing up, Judy. Cool? Cool. Now I'm ready to send it. I need to choose the recipients this time. So in the slider it says recipients. Now if you came to the webinar yesterday, you'll know that you could save searches. If you have a saved search, you can just start typing in your saved search name and all your saved searches will show up. So if it's for buyers, only your buyers will appear. If you saved a search for sellers, only your sellers will appear. If you saved a search for new yoga students, only your new yoga students would appear in that saved search. Or you can say, I need to look for people based on tags. I just want to find people that were blog visitors. There's the tag, and only those people will appear, and there's 2 of them. You can send to multiple tags. Now I want to look for people that clicked on my ideas, clicked on my video, and they'll show up. So you can choose different buckets of tags, or you can choose a saved search that you already saved the criteria of those people and they're saved in one big group. If you want to send it to your whole entire list, so let me X these out. If you want to send the email to your whole entire list, you just hit New Search. This box will automatically appear. Hit the search green button in the left-hand corner, and your entire list will appear. All 208 of my list. I don't want to send this to my entire list because I have some fake email addresses in here. It's just a demo app. So I'm going to hit X, and I'm actually going to do a new search, and I'm just going to send this to one person, and the person I'm going to send it to is Abe, because I always on Tuesdays or Wednesdays send him my newsletter. There's one person. I'm ready to send it. Now that my email is done, it's perfect. I love the way it looks. I'm going to come up to the right and hit Schedule or Send. When I hit Schedule or Send, our little checklist is going to show up, and it's going to let us know if the from is okay. Do we have a business or an address where it's coming from? Did we choose recipients? If we didn't, it will turn out to be a little exclamation point there. Do we have a subject? Yes, we do. And do we want to choose a specific date and time for this to go out, or do we want to send it now? I want to send this one out now. So I'm just going to hit the Send Now Radio button, Send Now Blue button, and my email will go out. Once it does, it will automatically redirect you to this page, which is our email broadcast report. This will give you a cool little pie graph on the bottom. My computer is slow, but it should have already gone out. And a little pie graph will appear, and it will let you know how many people opened, how many people didn't open, how many people clicked a link, how many people didn't click a link, etc., how many people opted out, how many people complained. If you want to learn more about this report, you can either go to the Help Center and type in email broadcast report, and it will go over all these links and this pie graph. If you want to go back to this report because you just logged out of Infusionsoft and you're like, I want to see that report again about the broadcast that I just sent out, just come to Infusionsoft's logo, the marketing section, down to reports because we're talking about reports. Click it one time. We're talking about broadcast, so we're going to look for the email broadcast report. It's about in the middle. Click on it, and then it will bring up all the broadcasts that you sent out. Holy cow, we sent a lot of them. It's this one from today, so I'm going to hit View Report. The top one will be the one that you sent out most recently. Click on View Report, and it will show up just like that. So let me show you how to send a broadcast again from the dashboard. Come to Infusionsoft's dashboard, hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Marketing, Emails and Broadcasts, click it one time. Always click the blue Get Started button. It will bring you into the template library. I can come to My Templates, choose the one I want to send out, hit Use Template. Change anything that I need to change, and then drop down my slider. It's coming from Instant Marketing Ideas. Awesome. My subject's done. Let me take the subject out of there to show you what happens if there's not a subject. And then I'm going to choose my recipients. I'm going to do a new search. I'm going to search for Abe again. And then I'm going to hit Schedule or Send. Once I do, the checklist will appear and it goes, uh-oh, you don't have a subject line. You can either click here and it will take you there, or you can just come here to Subject. Once everything's green, hit Send Now and send it off. If you're going to be on an airplane going to Hawaii on Friday like my daughters are going to be, they have to send out their newsletter on Friday at 2 o'clock and they're going to be on a plane. They can schedule it at that specific time, also based on people's specific time zone. So New York's 2 o'clock in the afternoon is different than Arizona's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you can set that up by hitting the send at a certain specific time or date. Cool? Cool. If I want to look at my broadcast, I can come to Marketing Reports, Emails and Broadcasts, and this is the one I just sent out, and the report will come up. So my challenge for you is when you first start working in Infusionsoft, it seems very, very difficult and very, very daunting. But if you spend time in it, it's kind of like driving your first stick shift car. At the beginning, you stall, you grind, you put it in reverse a couple times instead of first gear, you go backwards on a hill, you mess up the clutch a little bit, but you get better and better to the point where you can drive, any car with a stick shift. That's Infusionsoft. So spend about 15 minutes a day and you'll start enjoying it, I promise, because I was in the same boat you guys were in. Create an email template. Add a link or an image or a document. Send out a broadcast to yourself. Save that in the template library. Watch the recording, and I'm also going to be sending out a little workbook in the goodies that I'm going to be sending you. I created a workbook, so you can just answer those questions as you're going through the recording, and you will get more and more comfortable with Infusionsoft, I promise. You can add me to your CRM. My name is Judy Miller. My email address is basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Add me to your CRM, add me to your list, and then send the broadcast to me, and I'll take a look at it. I got a whole bunch of them last week, and they were awesome. Sometimes the tag doesn't work. Sometimes the link sends me to an error and I need to let the customer know, hey, Mr. Customer, I'm sorry, but that link didn't work. You may want to go in and check it. Sometimes the banner shows up really pixelated and I'll say, hey, can I go in and fix that banner for you? It looks really pixelated. You can always get help calling our tech support. You can always get help. Open up my Infusionsoft again here. You can always get help coming to this little question mark. There's our chat people, and there's our help center. We're always here for you because we want you to get a return on your investment. We want you to be able to send broadcasts, be able to create campaigns, and get people buying your product. That's what we're here for. So please reach out to us if you need our help. I'm now opening it up to questions, so if you have any questions, just write them in the question box. So the first question was, how do I link a product? Let me show you. So you have to have Infusionsoft's, either use Infusionsoft's e-commerce, or you have to have a link to your product that you're selling if you're not using Infusionsoft. But then you'll just come into our email builder. Let's go to a previously sent. Open up our March Madness. And to add your product, I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to come change it to buy now, even though I'd never, ever, ever say buy now, ever. I'd say get this now, or want my product, or you ready to buy, but I wouldn't put buy now. Change the color from that hideous green. I really wish there was a pinker in here because I really like the color pink. I can even change my text color. And then if you notice, the button link says, right now it says file download, but I would come to my order form and I'd put the URL for my order form right there. So wherever you're going to direct them to. If you have an order form created in Infusionsoft, you'd hit this order form. But if you're using something other than Infusionsoft, you'd come here and put the URL for where you want to redirect them. So I'm going to put Infusionsoft.com. And then once they click that buy now, it will redirect them either to the order form if you're creating an order form inside Infusionsoft, or if you're directing them to a sales page or a registration page, as long as you put that URL there, it will redirect them to that page. Barbara asked for my email address again. It's basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Someone asked how do I register for tomorrow's? Good question. The easiest way is to go to our Help Center, help.infusionsoft.com, come to the Webinar tab. We have our Mastermind webinars or our basic training. Click on View All for Basic Training, and here's our Campaign Builder. Click here and you can register right there. So hopefully you guys are feeling engaged. You're feeling like it's a little bit easier to create. Get in there and create a simple one. It doesn't have to be this gigantic email with all this copy. Make something simple and just reach out to your list. Reach out to people that you're not engaged with yet. Reach out to prospects that haven't become customers yet. And create that relationship. It's the most important part. And thank you for joining me on the webinar. If there's not any more questions, I'll give you the rest of the time to sit there and get inside Infusionsoft. Play around with it, and I will get this formatted so that I can send it out to you as soon as possible. Also, I'll be sending that workbook so you guys can copy it off, print it off, and play around with the workbook while you're watching the recording. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that this helped you make Infusionsoft a little bit more easy for you. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow on our webinar. Bye-bye.